All right, hello everybody, welcome. My name's Erika. This is a 30-minute gentle all levels chair yoga class. And we will begin in your seat. And if you are able to adjust the height of your chair, please do so that the feet can be flat on the ground, nice 90-degree bend at the hips and at the knees. If you're unable to adjust the height of your chair, you can always elevate the floor to you, as I have with these yoga blocks under my feet. And then once the chair is positioned, you want to notice the tilt of the pelvis, right? So some of us have a tendency to spill the pelvis forward and sit in front of the sit bone. So that's what that does to my low back. It's a little crunched up. Or on the other end of the spectrum, some of us have a tendency to spill the pelvis backwards, sitting behind the sit bones, and then notice what that does to my spine, right? I slump forward, the head pitches forward. Either of these two extremes can be the culprit for a lot of pain, that low back pain, neck, shoulder pain. So ideally, we find a neutrality to the pelvis, so neither spilling forwards or backwards. Also equally weighted right to left. And then from there, align the shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders. Very slight drop of the chin to lengthen through the back of the neck, right? So that occipital ridge at the base of the skull opens up. And then place the hands on the legs on the left, either palms down to feel a little calmer and more grounded, or palms up if you want to receive some energy. And then close the eyes all together or just look at a single point down the tip of your nose. We'll begin with a little centering practice, breath work. So begin by noticing just the sounds around you. Which sound is farthest? Which is the closest? And even underneath the more obvious sounds, can you tune in to the quiet hum of silence? Right, from sound, notice sight. Now, even with eyes closed, you can notice any residual light or form or color behind the lids. Notice any discernible scent wafting in the air, or maybe a taste on the tongue. And then bring your attention to the surface of the skin. The largest organ in the body gives us a lot of feedback. You might notice here movement of air, temperature, right? Which part of the body feels warmest, which the coolest. Notice the texture of clothing, areas that are constricted or loose. Variations in the weight, the pressure of the parts of the body touching something solid. Feet, the seat, the back against the chair. Just notice which part feels heaviest. Which part feels the lightest? And from the external environment, begin to narrow your attention on the flow of your breath around the nostrils, around the upper lip. Feel the sensation of air moving there. And you can notice things like the pace with which you're breathing, texture of the breath, rough, smooth. Are the sinuses at all dry or congested? Which nostril is more open? And then following the breath from the nose to the throat into the lungs, consciously relax the muscles of the abdomen so the breath can draw down. And as you deepen the breath, fill up the full circumference of the torso. So it's not just the belly that inflates. You can breathe into the sides of the waist, the tissues of the low back. And finally, begin to lengthen the breath a little more so that you're holding the breath at the top of the inhale for a few moments, full capacity of the lungs. And likewise, holding out the exhale for a few moments, giving the breath time to fully expel, hold on empty, before inhaling again. Take a few more conscious breaths like that. And now, eyes can remain closed if you'd like, but readdress the posture. Have you started to slump or shift? Root down through the sit bones as you simultaneously lift upward through the crown of the head. And we'll begin to warm up the spine from the neck down. So drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then letting the head be heavy, roll your chin through your chest. Over to the other shoulder. And just go back and forth a few times through center. Slowly, deliberately. Notice how the stretch resonates, maybe down the shoulders, the arms, down the paraspinal muscles that run along the vertebra. And if it feels appropriate in your neck today, you can circle all the way up. You're still prioritizing that space, that length, not compression. And a couple circles in one direction and then switch. Invite some movement into the jaw. Right, you can open and close a little bit, stick out the tongue. Begin to draw different shapes with the nose, little figure eights, zigzags, stars. And eventually you'll wind the head back to center. And scoot yourself a little forward, edge of the seat, and spread the arms open to a T. Breath in. On your exhale, cross your right arm underneath the left. Okay. Option one here is just to stack your elbows. Okay. Keep them high in line with the shoulders. Option two, see if you can bring the backs of your hands together. Okay. And if that's accessible, you could try crossing at your wrists and bring the palms together. This shoulder wrap here will take the movement farther down the spine here on your inhale. Little back bend. Do here allow the pose to go forward. Lift the elbows, lift the sternum, tip the head back. And then exhale to round forward. Spill the pelvis backwards. Elbows towards the belly button. Head hangs heavily. And then on the next inhale, let the breath guide the movement. Back bend, lift the arms. Exhale, round forward, curl in, tuck in. Few more times with the breath through the middle. Next time the elbows are lifted, we're going to add on your exhale. Bring the elbows towards the right knee. Swing to the left. Circle up and around. And a few rounds in that direction. Still like to inhale on the way up. Exhale to come. And then switch the direction. Right after a few rounds there, back to center, unravel the arms. You're going to interlace your hands behind you with the base of the palms touching. A little bend to the elbows so you're not locking your joints. Okay. And then lift the hands away from the small of the back, drag the knuckles down, puff the heart up. A little back bend to your chest opener. A few deep energizing breaths into the upper torso. Okay, and the passive mind can be a nice, like we said, opening for the chest. We also want to strengthen the muscles of the upper back. So keeping the hands as close together as you can, release the interlace of the fingers and thumbs. You're holding this imaginary block behind you, squeezing the palms still towards each other. Arms are straight. Feel the triceps, upper back working here for 3, 2, 1, and then rest the hands on the lap. Take a moment to pause. Noticing the sensations that you notice. Maybe a warmth, a tingling, or there's that circulation in the arms, the chest, the upper back. Now, continuing with our spinal movement here, let's stretch the left arm up overhead. You're going to externally rotate the arm by bringing the pinky in towards the middle, right? So biceps back, triceps forward. Inhale to lift a little higher. And exhale, side bend to the right. Now your right arm can support you however makes sense on the leg, on the arm of the chair, the seat of the chair. Okay, but as you arc and extend beyond your fingertips, keep the left sit bone rooted. And look wherever's comfortable for the neck, but keep the heart turning towards the ceiling. Palm turned towards the floor. Okay, breath in. Exhale back to center. Now we're going to stick with that same arm. This time, let's bend the elbow, bring the hand between the shoulder blades like you're patting yourself on the back. Hold on to the elbow with the other hand and gently press the back of the head into the forearm so you feel that stretch from the armpit, the triceps. Bottom ribs stay heavy. You take a breath in and then exhale again, side bend to the right. And guiding the elbow to the side and towards the wall behind you. Breath in. And then exhale, come on back up. Let's interlace the hands in front of you and then flip your palms inside out. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. Okay, so last shoulder rotation here. Take a breath in. And exhale, once more, bend to the right. Now this is going to be probably a little bit more challenging because there's no, the weight of the arms is extended overhead, a little more gravity. But use the right hand to help pull the left arm. And breathe in. Exhale, take it up, release your grip, and then rotate, twist to the right. Right, so taking all that luscious space we just created to the side of the body into the twist. Okay, so left hand either back of it or palm of it leverages against your thigh or the chair. If you're doing the thigh, try not to let the knee buckle in towards the middle. Keep the thighs parallel. Your right hand either to the back of the chair, seat of the chair. Your inhale breaths emphasize the verticality of the shape. So inhale, root down through the sit bones, but energetically lift upward. Like you have a little marionette string pulling you through the crown of the head. And on an exhale, twist a little bit more from belly button. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist from the rib cage. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist from shoulder blades, collarbones. You can turn the head and take a peek behind you. And then a couple of breaths here. Sending the breath into all the little crevices, the little nooks and crannies created by this twist. Okay, breath in. Exhale, release to center. And again, a moment of pause. Pauses are just as important as poses. Help to integrate the work you're doing. Where do you feel the stretch? Where do you feel any effort? And then we'll do one more shape on this side before switching. So go ahead, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And we want to keep the ankle pretty firmly flexed, not sickled, right? So we're not stretching the ligaments there. And then this is an external rotation of the leg, so we can encourage that a little bit by rolling the inner thigh outward, or maybe taking your thumb to your hip crease, just remove any flesh or pant material out from that crevice. And then inhale for length. Okay. Exhale, if there's some space, you begin to fold forward. Okay. Now, if you are barefoot, what I like to do is thread my fingers between my toes. Okay. So we'll stretch for the fascia there. Wiggle them as far down towards the base as you can. And then barefoot or not, you can also circle the ankle. And a few times in one direction and then switch it up. And a couple of breaths in this fold. If you can rest your forehead on something here, maybe the opposite hand, or build up a little book tower to rest the forehead. It helps to calm the nervous system. Anytime you can apply some gentle pressure to that nerve there. Okay, slowly roll up the spine. You can release the Fingers from the toes, feel how spacious that is. And then uncross the leg. Pause, eyes closed. Feel what you feel. All right, then sitting up tall, spread the arms open, breath in. Exhale, cross now the left arm underneath. Either elbow stacked or eagle, bind, backs of hands or palms press. And then we'll move the spine around a little bit with the shoulder wrap. Inhale up through the middle. Exhale, bow forward. Okay. A few more times, up and down. And then circular motion. See how big you can make the circumference of the circle with the elbows. And then switch that. Okay, back to center, unbind the arms. Now interlace the hands behind you, but flip the grip to your non-dominant clasp, so different pinky finger on top. Squeeze the shoulders, bring the knuckles back and down, puff up the chest. Couple of breaths. All right, keep the palms close. Unthread the fingers and thumbs. Hold that imaginary block behind you. Very active, very strong. For 3, 2, 1. Release. Rest. Okay. Side body stretch. Your right arm reaches up. External rotation. So hollow the armpit, triceps forward, biceps back. Pinky finger towards the midline. Take a big breath in. Exhale, arc to the left. And you're energetically reaching through the fingertips towards where the ceiling meets the wall there. Right hip is heavy. Breathe a little bit more space into the muscles between the ribs, those intercostal muscles. And then exhale to rise up, still same arm, just bend the elbow, grip it with the other hand. Press the back of the head into the forearm, take a breath. Exhale again, bend to the left. Okay, upright the torso. Interlace the hands in front of you, flip the grip, different thumb on top. Then turn the palms inside out, press the hands towards the ceiling, breath in. Exhale one more time to the left. Use that bottom hand to help drag the top hand towards the corner of the room. Inhale, exhale helps to brace the core, come back up, release your grip, and then we twist to the left. And using the hands as support and leverage, inhale, grow tall. Each exhale, think of twisting from a slightly different part of the spine, right? So belly, ribs, up through the upper back. One more round. And then exhale, release to center. If you're feeling a little lopsided, like you're still turned to the left, just take a quick counter twist in the other direction, and then back to center. And moving into our hip opener here. Now, left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Option to thread the fingers between the toes. Right? That's a great preventative measure and treatment for bunions. And then you might circle the ankle a few times, noticing the level of sensation, the stretch in the outer hip. If there seems to be more give in that area, you can slowly fold forward. And breath is always the priority though. If the sensation becomes too intense where you can't breathe evenly through it, then you want to back out of it. Keep the jaw relaxed, eyebrows relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Okay, come on back up. Release the fingers from the toes, wiggle them around. And then uncross back to neutral. Okay. Let's give the wrists a little love, interlace the hands, forearms together, and then just circle the wrists. Okay, switch the direction so the opposite hand is leading the dance. Okay, then release your grip. Vigorously rub your palms together. Pretty fast, so you create some friction, some heat between them. And then with the eyes closed, once the hands are nice and warm, place the palms over the eyes. Not a lot of pressure, just enough to block out the light. Feel that warmth radiating. And keeping the eyes closed, move the hands, place them together at heart center. Noticing that residual energy exchange between the palms. And we'll just close our practice today with a shared breath, first exhaling to the bottom of the lungs. Breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Bring the thumbs to forehead center. In gratitude for each other, for our practice today, we bow. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. My name is Erika, and I hope to see you all next week. Have a great one.